Hey guys, welcome to WebDev Cloud. Today in this video, we are going to look at Relational Database Service, also known as RDS in AWS. So this service basically allows us to create relational database cluster in our AWS. So let's get started. So here we are in the AWS console and we need to go to the interface to create RDS. So search for the RDS in the search bar here. And let's click this and open this into the separate tab. To create new database, click on Create Database button here, which will lead us to the screen where we can fill out the necessary details. Okay, so here we are. Let's look at the options. From this, we will choose Standard Create. Easy Create, as the name suggests, is used to create database quickly by omitting some of these parameters. From the engine options, there are several options. First is Amazon Aurora, which is provided exclusively by AWS and which contains two options further, which are Aurora MySQL and Aurora PostgreSQL. So if we choose Aurora here, it will again ask us for the options, whatever we would like to choose further. Here we can see Amazon Aurora for MySQL and Amazon Aurora for Postgres compatible edition. So these are the two options we will get with Amazon Aurora. Second is MySQL database. Third is MariaDB, which is again kind of MySQL. Next is PostgreSQL, followed by Oracle and Microsoft SQL Server. So from this, we are going to choose MySQL for now. However, Aurora MySQL, MySQL itself and MariaDB all can be treated in similar manner. Below that, there is the option to choose the version. So we will go with 8.0, and from the templates, we will choose free tier, which is free, of course. So as soon as we select free tier, below option will be disabled. So these are mainly the option which is required if we want our cluster to be in more than one availability zone for higher availability. Next is settings. So here we will provide name or say identifier of our instance, which has to be unique in our account for current region, which is US East 1 in our case. So we'll call it MyDB. Also below that, there are credentials by which we can connect to the MySQL server. So let's fill username, let's keep it admin, and let's fill out password as well. We can auto generate our password as well, but as of now we'll provide our own password. So here we are good to go. Next is instance configuration. So from this, whatever our free tier eligible instance will be listed out here. So from this we can choose anyone. So let's choose DBT3 Micro. The password is invalid, so let me provide one more time just to be sure they matched. Okay, now we are good. So we'll move to the next. Next is storage type. So general purpose SSD is good. Allocated storage 200 GB is not required for now. The minimum is 20 GB. So we'll use 20 GB for now. Storage auto scaling, which is not required in our case. So I will disable it for now. Next is connectivity. So for now we don't want to connect our RDS instance to any EC2 instance running. So we'll keep the default option, and as long as VPC is concerned, we will go with default VPC. We can choose any other VPC as well. DB subnet group, let's keep it default. Public access, so here we need to decide if we would like to connect our database from any third party server or not. So if we would like to connect, then we need to choose yes, otherwise we can choose no as well. VPC security group firewall, so here we can choose our firewall, or let's say security group. We can choose from existing or we can create new as well. So here in this case we will create new, so let's call it mydb-rds-sg. so later we need to define some rules inside this security group as well, so we'll look at this later. Availability zone, from this option we'll choose no preference, so it will be automatically put in some kind of availability zone. Create RDS proxy, which is not required for now. Let's not worry about the additional configuration for now. Database authentication, which is password, which we have already provided, so we are good here. Monitoring, we don't want to monitor our instance in terms of performance and etc. So I think we are good to go. So let's click on create database here. So it will take some time, so I'm going to fast forward this. So here it is in creating mode. It will take few minutes to create. So our database is ready now. Let's look at some of its detail. Let's click on this. So here is the endpoint, which is also called host. So we need this host along with the username and password that we created in order to connect to our MySQL database, and this is the default port, which is 3306, which is also required. So again, this is our security group. So let's look at the security group as well and see what are the rules available with this security group. So let's look at the inbound rules present. So at the moment there is one rule which allows, let's just edit inbound rules to see it in detail. So as of now there is one inbound rule which allows this MySQL server to be accessed from this IP, which is basically my local machine's IP. So at the moment only I can connect to this MySQL instance. So let's open terminal to connect this instance. So the command to connect the MySQL would be MySQL-h provide with the host. So let me copy this, paste it here along with the username. So in our case username is admin -p for password, and hit enter. So it will ask me the password. So let me give the password, and here we are in the MySQL instance in the AWS. So let me just fire some MySQL basic queries. So these are the default databases available. So we can create our own database. So create database mydb, and we can create tables inside database as well. So first we need to switch to this database. So use mydb. Okay, database is changed. So now I can create my own table inside this database. However, we are not going to create any tables for now, because then that will be a whole new different topics for now according to this video. So we'll just exit from this MySQL terminal. So that is how we can create RDS and access it from our local machine. We can access the same RDS from the EC2 instance as well. Then we need to add a separate inbound rule inside our security group as well. So this was it about the RDS and how to access the RDS and how to create various types of RDS available in the AWS. So this was it for this video. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, have a nice time.